Today, we're talking about something that affects millions of us, menopause hormone therapy. For more than 20 years, a pretty stark warning label has defined this treatment, mostly in terms of fear. But you know what? That might be about to change. And the most amazing part is that your personal story could be the key to making it happen.
So let's just start with a really direct question. What if the government's strongest safety warning, the kind of warning that has probably guided health decisions for you, for your friends, maybe even your mom, is actually based on science that's way out of date? Well, that's not just a what if. It's happening right now. The FDA is officially taking a second look at its strongest warning for menopause therapies. And in a move that's pretty rare, they've opened up a direct line to the public. They actually want to hear from you. This is a real chance to have their experience count as evidence. So let's break down exactly what's at stake here.
Okay, so to get why this moment is such a big deal, we have to go back to the beginning. What even is this warning, and where did it come from? A black box warning is basically the FDA's loudest possible alarm bell. It's meant to make doctors and patients stop and really think, pointing out risks that could be life-threatening. So it's no surprise that when one of these got slapped on hormone therapy, it cast a huge shadow and made countless women and their doctors just shy away from the treatment altogether.
So here's how it went down. It all started back in the early 2000s with a huge study called the Women's Health Initiative, or WHI. It found some increased health risks in older women, their average age was 63, who were using one specific kind of hormone therapy. The FDA's reaction in 2003 was fast and broad. They put that black box warning not just on the drug they studied, but on all estrogen products. It was a total one-size-fits-all approach. And now, after 20 years of new research, experts are saying, hang on, that might not be right anymore. And when you look at this list, you can see why that warning had such a chilling effect. It's a list of our absolute biggest health fears, right? For 2 decades, this is what has dominated the conversation about hormone therapy. And frankly, it often shut the conversation down completely. But what if that original picture wasn't the whole story? That's where 2 decades of new science comes in, and believe me, it is telling a much, much more nuanced story.
This is where it gets really fascinating. Let's just look at how much the evidence has changed. The original study, it raised alarms about breast cancer. The new data, it suggests that for many women, especially under 60, the risk doesn't go up. It might even go down. It warned about heart attacks. We now see that if you start therapy early, it can actually decrease fatal heart attacks by 25 to 50%. And this is huge. We've learned that how you take it matters a lot. Skin patches just don't seem to have the same clot risk as pills. And for low-dose vaginal estrogen, the new data shows no signs of these scary systemic risks at all. It's a completely different ballgame.
All of this new evidence led to a really important meeting this past summer. The FDA gathered a panel of top-tier experts and basically asked them point-blank, is this 20-year-old warning still scientifically accurate? On one thing, the panel's answer was a resounding yes. For low-dose vaginal estrogen, the kind used for local symptoms like dryness or pain, the experts were unanimous. They said the black box warning should be removed. Dr. Heather Hirsch put it perfectly when she said it's categorically safe for all women.
And get this wasn't about just ignoring risks. It was about defining them accurately. In a really powerful moment, Dr. Joanne Manson, who was one of the original researchers on that first WHI study, argued for a more nuanced approach. She said the label needs to be specific about the route, the dose, and the timing. A blanket warning, she argued, just doesn't fit the science we have today. Of course, in science, the debate is rarely completely over. While the expert panel was very clear, some health policy analysts did push back. They felt the panel was a bit one-sided and told the FDA not to rush, to make sure patients are always clearly warned about any potential harms.
And this all brings us to the most important part of this entire story, the part that involves you. Because the FDA doesn't just listen to scientists. They are required by law to listen to the public. In this process, your personal experience actually counts as evidence. So how do you actually do it? It's a super simple 3-step process. First, you go to the government's public comment website, regulations.gov. Second, you search for the specific docket number for this issue. And third, you just share your perspective. It doesn't have to be some formal scientific paper. You can write about the decisions you've had to make, your concerns, or how treatment has impacted your life. Your story matters here. Here is the single most important piece of info you need. Go ahead and grab a screenshot or jot this down. The docket number is FDA 2025-N-2589. This number is your key to get straight to the right page.
And please, please, please note the deadline. You have to get all comments in by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on September 24th, 2025. After that, this special window of opportunity closes, and the FDA will move forward with its review.
So I'll just leave you with this. In the eyes of the FDA, your story, your challenges, your health journey, they aren't just stories. They are data. And in this incredibly rare moment when the regulators are literally asking for it, the only question left is, will you share it? Thanks for joining us.